All children can learn, but each child has different abilities, interests, and preferred modes of learning. Differentiated teaching requires flexibility. It's the way we adapt, extend, and vary what happens in the classroom to optimize learning. Almost every class in South Africa is a multi-level group. With appropriate differentiation in the curriculum, all learners can develop in an optimal way. There are 4 areas of differentiation. We'll start by looking at curriculum content. Knowing your learners well is essential for differentiated learning.
The learners now, there is inclusive education, which includes, it doesn't sideline other learners. All learners are inclusive. We cater for them. So this really makes me happy because it's no more like one-size-fits-all teaching system.
Teaching approaches are at the core of differentiation. A simple way of dealing with different needs is dividing your class into groups.
Scaffolding is so important because it allows every learner to be part of the lesson. It allows the struggling learners an opportunity to understand the work. It allows the medium learners also an opportunity to understand the basics and possibly master those basics and to have an opportunity to do the difficult work. And it allows an opportunity to the excellent learners to be able to totally master the concept.
Different activities allow for choice and independent learning. This increases their levels of ownership over learning and independent learning skills. Learners also need to learn together, irrespective of their differences. This is the foundation for social cohesion in our society.
Pairing them with buddies, it helps a lot because sometimes some learners are not easy when it comes to me, but then with their friends, they cope easily. And then they can give them more examples, and then their level of understanding becomes moderate, I think.
Assessment is part of learning and must also consider different learning preferences. Giving learners the choice over what they produce for assessment can strengthen their autonomy and engagement.
I found myself teaching these learners that have difficulties also. So I had to teach myself how to teach these kids, how to accommodate these kids. How do I make them feel comfortable? Now I know that when I do my lesson planning, I plan for those ones that have learning difficulties. So my questions, they include all levels because I can see these kids gaining more confidence, after delivering my lesson and we achieve what we had hoped for. And they learned something as well at the end of the day. That's what makes me feel better as a teacher.
Lastly, we also need to create a positive classroom environment where all learners feel valued, able to take risks, and actively participate.
Layout of your classroom becomes very important to how learners learn. So arranging your desks in small groups so that children can actually sit in tiny groups that you can reach during your lessons becomes vital to the buddy system as well as to scaffolding your lessons when you teach them various concepts. When your classroom walls are blank canvas, try to adorn them with relevant charts that could enhance the learning of your learners in the classroom. So for example, if you're going to have life orientation, have charts on your wall that are relevant to your life orientation. Topics that are relevant to your reading material, for example, have your different reading skill, have your sight words up on your wall as well. Try to have maps on your wall so that when you do have to refer to different countries of the world, and when you're teaching social sciences, history and geography, that you are able to pinpoint these out on the walls in your classroom.
Becoming a more inclusive teacher is a journey, but at no point will the job be complete. The overall aim is equity, but how this happens is changing and unique to each school.